Hi Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your September 2020 money and career reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also to subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to be notified whenever I upload new videos, and I upload all the time, just hit the bell notification button. And all the cards that I am using are located in the description box below if you are curious about any deck. So before we jump into this reading, let's clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from your body like storm clouds. Feeling yourself become calm, centered, and at peace as you enter into this safe and loving space. All right. Let's see what the tarot has to say. Capricorn, September 2020 money and career. Capricorn, September 2020 money and career. Capricorn, September 2020 money and career. Capricorn. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly, guide this reading, and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly, guide this reading, and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. One bonus card right here. Fantastic. And let's see what your chakra energy is for this time. Capricorn, September 2020 money and career. Capricorn, September 2020 money and career. Capricorn, September 2020 money and career. Capricorn. Angels and spirit guides. Ooh, these two, definitely. Show me clearly. Okay, and these two. Beautiful. All right, so let's start here. And this is the I Am presence. This is one of my absolute favorite cards. It is the crown chakra. And here it is saying, what are you crowning yourself with? What words? How are you talking to yourself? What is your narrative to your life? If your life was a story, how would it be read? And here it is also saying, when you are in the quiet moments, what do you tell yourself? Do you tell yourself that you are strong, that you are prosperous, that you are bountiful? Or do you say, I am weak, I am pathetic, I can't believe where I am in my life? And yes, we go through stages where it does seem like hopelessness shrouds us like a cloak. But this is being stronger than that. This is being stronger than the doubts and the fears, because you know that you are a powerful being. You know that you are put on this earth for a greater purpose. And you know that you are moving forward in that purpose and in that power. And you are changing your narration. You are saying, I am strong, I am beautiful, I am prosperous, I am bountiful, I am a success. And you might not be a success like everybody else views success. And people might laugh, but it is your life and it is not theirs. You do not need nor did you ask for their approval. Crown yourself with your presence, with your beauty, with your prosperity, with your bounty of soul, and see yourself moving forward. You are a victor. not a victim. And that is what you are embracing here. Then you have universal light. This is the soul star chakra located 6 inches above your crown. You are this being right here. You are this light shining through and just radiating from you. As you are inspired, as you move forward, you see this light and you are guided towards something greater and something more. As you embrace this I am presence and as this universal light shines on you, you embrace flexibility and you see yourself becoming more flexible. It might not even be that you are consciously embracing flexibility, but you see yourself becoming more flexible within your world, within what you desire, within the way that you're moving forward. And this is the sacral chakra. This is where a lot of negativity is held from this life and from past lives. So as you move forward in your strength and in your understanding, as you see yourself releasing old hurts, old pains that you may have carried for generations, may have carried for lifetimes, okay, that may have been carried for generations within your family line, may have been carried for lifetimes from your past lives, you're finding yourself becoming freer. You're finding yourself moving with more freedom, with more ease, with more power of self. And then we have personal power. You have the solar plexus chakra coming through. This is a sense of really trusting your gut. This is seeing yourself empowered and emboldened. This is you seeing yourself in a new light, okay? And it's seeing your strength, it's seeing your determination, and it's knowing your worth. And as you embrace this, okay, as you embrace this personal power, you see that you trust yourself more, that you think, I can do this, because you can. Now the left-hand side here, this is your inner self. The middle is your heart, your emotional self. And the right-hand side, this is your public self. And of course you have one bonus card right here. So let's see what they have to say. You have the Queen of Fire, okay? Fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So this is going to be very big energy for those of you with fire sign in your natal charts, but also for those of you born on the cusp with Sagittarius. Then we have the Messenger of Air, the Knight of Air, which is air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, okay? So this messenger right here, this impetuousness, this determination forward, also going to be very big for those of you with air sign energy in your natal chart, but also with those of you born on the cusp of Aquarius. You have the world opening up to you, and you have prosperity coming forward with the 3 of Earth. You have the Hierophant, Taurus energy. This is a time frame of April 20th to May 20th. You have the Messenger of Fire, the Knight of Fire, right here. The Hanged Man, you see things differently than everybody else, and there's nothing wrong with that. The 6 of Fire, starting to celebrate yourself, moving forward in the knowledge of that celebration. You have the King of Air, air sign energy once again, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. The 3 of Fire, moving forward. There's a determination to you. You're not going to be taking anybody's bull during this time. There's a power, there's a knowledge. You're cutting through doubts and fears, and you're seeing yourself being able to move forward in a way that you thought you'd never be, in a way that you thought would never happen. And so the world starts opening. The 2 of Water comes forward. Okay, this is the Minor Arcana Lovers card. Healing, love, joy, prosperity. And the Ace of Fire, which is a gift that you are absolutely taking here because you have the Knight and the Queen. And the Ace of Fire is God's source spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, handing you a gift of passion, prosperity, bounty. This is your reason for getting out of bed in the morning. But the fire signs, for me in a money and career reading, they are your career. All right? So you have this beautiful strength in your career and in the way that you move forward. There is something that you are working on. It's very singular. And it is something that starts bringing you bounty. It's not going to be a windfall, though we would all love it to be. And for some, it may very well be. But it's going to be something gentler. It's going to be something that you see. You're going to see your hard work paying off. And that's going to be really quite magnificent. The repeat of the number 3 shows that divinity is guiding you forward. And then you have the 8 of Water. The 8 of Water is an ending card. It's walking away from something you once thought you would love. And you are seeing yourself walk away. And it can be bittersweet, it can be painful. The 8 of Water is also an ending as severe as a divorce. So it doesn't mean that you are getting divorced unless, of course, well, you are. This is saying that you are ending something and you are moving forward in a way and in a life that now fits you better. And it's a freedom. It is a freedom, because not all endings are terrible. Not sitting there and saying, what, it's just not working, is a bad thing. Sometimes it feels like it is, because our pride is hurt and we think, oh man, how could I have messed up? But there were lessons learned along the way, and you're going to see yourself moving forward. It's like, I always see the 8 of water as that really beautiful pair of shoes that you get, and you think, oh, I'm going to wear them all the time. They were super expensive, or even if they weren't super expensive, they're just super cute, right? But you can't wear them because they hurt your feet so much. You can't walk in them. I used to have a closet full of those shoes. I know I say this all the time, but I did. And it was like, okay, they're really pretty sitting shoes. And now I look at it and I think, how foolish to have sitting shoes. Shoes are for exploring. Shoes are for walking. Shoes are to carry you far. Not to make you feel as if you're crippled, 15 minutes in or 5 minutes in. And that's what you're seeing here. You're seeing that your life is meant to be explored. It's meant to be, cherished. It's meant to be an adventure. And it's not meant for you to feel like you're in chains. And too often that's how we feel. That's how we feel, as if, the world is leaving us behind and we're stuck somewhere we don't even know how we got there. Let's see the people who are to aid you during this time. Capricorn. Who is going to aid Capricorn? September 2020, money and career. Who is going to aid Capricorn? September 2020, money and career. Who is going to aid Capricorn? September 2020, money and career. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. So we have Aquarius energy right here, a time frame of January 20th to February 18th. This is somebody who pours water of inspiration into the world. This is somebody who makes you see the shining light inside you and helps you move forward in this direction, in this light, and in this truth. Now, with the people who aid you, and also the people you have to be mindful of, do note that these don't have to be people that you know in real life. These can be people that you find very inspirational. These could be people who come to you, whose information comes to you in one way or another. But that way, you're just going to see the waters opening up. You're going to see something that you wish for starting to come to a head. And this is something that your soul has wished for. This is something that you've thought, oh, wow, I didn't think this would get here. I didn't think I would move forward this way. I didn't think it could. And now you're seeing that it is. Then we have the Lovers, which is a Gemini energy, May 21st to June 20th. This is somebody who is astoundingly passionate. This is somebody who has a dual nature and duality in their nature. They might sometimes actually feel like a contradiction coming forward. And this is somebody who, you have here 2 air sign energies right here. These are going to be people who have a way with words, right? And they have a way with words when they're excited about something and when they're loving and passionate about something, but they also have a way of words when they're really ticked off. So just know that you're going to find it actually rather inspirational and rather funny, whichever direction that they are in. They're going to have you look at things differently because of that. And then you have the Queen of Swords, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You have the Knight of Swords and the King of Swords in your main reading. And so here with the Queen of Swords, this is somebody who can come off a little aloof. This can be somebody who you thought was haughty or thought that they were better than you when you first met them, and you realized you kind of judged too fast. Because when I first looked at the Queen of Swords, I thought, oh, I don't like her. I really did. I looked at her and I went, oh no. And I'm always very interested to see how people depict the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords, because if you don't equate them to astrology, they can be the angrier king and queen, the tougher ones. But I equate them to astrology, and I don't think it's fair to all the air signs. And so when I saw her and I thought, oh, I just don't like her. One day I was doing the reading with the cards and with these cards, and I looked at her and it hit me. I was like, oh my gosh, Dane, she's not haughty. She's not sitting in her chair with her nose up in the air. She's taking in the wind, and she's sitting back because the wind is blowing in her face. And she's taking in more than what you see. And it took you a while of getting to know her to understand this. So you might be having this feeling with the air sign energies that you meet during this time, where you feel as if they're being haughty. You can even feel as if they hold secrets, because air sign energies tend to keep knowledge to themselves until they don't, and then they can blabber it everywhere. I myself am an air sign energy, so I can say it with some certainty. But you're going to find that this knowledge and this power guides you, and this way of looking at things, this kind of breaking the shell and really listening to the world around you, is going to be a very powerful, inspirational idea for you, Capricorn, because you have your feet sometimes so settled on the ground, so planted in truth, and thinking it has to be this way. This is the way the world says success is. And you're going to find that you're kind of breaking that barrier. You're kind of entering into a world that you had thought was fanciful. You might have thought it was a fantasy, to be able to be happy in your existence, to be able to move forward in success. But you have the Queen of Fire right here in your inner self. This is your passion. This is your creativity. This is the reason for getting out of bed in the morning. And you have the heart chakra right here and the heart around it, identified. And this is moving forward in love. This is moving forward inspired. This is moving forward in what you love. And this isn't being seen by everyone. Your mind is absolutely seen by everyone. You have a way with words, and you have a way of communicating and dealing with people during this time that is really quite like, it's almost like a superpower. It's your 1-2 punch. You can really lay things bare and move yourself forward in a quite astounding way. But the Queen of Fire, when you are moving towards your passion, what you desire, what you want, this is very private for you. And this is something that you don't need the rest of the world to see. And so as you're moving forward in a truth to yourself, and you're moving forward with an honor to yourself. And as you do so, knights protect queens, right? And you have the messenger, the Knight of Air. And the Knight of Air, air feeds fire, right? So it can also put out fire, but I'm really seeing it here as feeding it, as moving you forward. Now, the Knight of Air is the fastest moving knight. And you, of course, are represented by the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Earth, in the Minor Arcana, and by the Devil card in the Major Arcana. You move slowly. Earth sign energy moves slowly. Air sign energy moves quickly. And what you're going to find here is that your mind is moving faster than how you can get things into action during this time. And that can be a very frustrating place for you to be, because you have these powerful ideas and ideals. You have this passion, this determination, this beauty that is really surrounding you. And you want to move forward quickly. You want to achieve and succeed and see things come to a head and see things empowered and beautiful. But it's going to take a little bit longer. So be kind to yourself. Be calm with yourself as you are moving forward. And this is also saying that you have fantastic ideas that just inspire you. Keep a notebook or keep a list of them in your phone so that you can go back and look at things, because they're going to help you as time goes on. You're going to sit there and be like, oh, that's why I should do this. Or, oh, that's why I was looking at that. Because it's going to be a way that you move forward. And it's going to be a truth that you move forward in. There are going to be times where you're going to want to act rashly. You're just going to say, you know what, screw it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to charge forward. Be sure you thought it through, and you're not coming from a place of just simple frustration, because the frustration can wind up tripping you up a bit because you were impetuous where you should have waited just a little bit longer. The world opens up. You're getting the keys to things. You really are. You're looking at things, you're seeing things, you're understanding it a bit more. And as the world opens up to you, what once was locked becomes open, becomes clear, becomes where you are guided to be. And you're going to think it's odd. You're going to see yourself heading in a direction that you didn't think you could head in, that you thought wasn't for you, but you're going to see yourself understanding and really embracing a truth. You're going to see yourself opening up the door, opening up to what you desire and what you need and where you want to be. And as the world opens, now, as the world opens for you, you're going to see that ways that you have defined yourself, okay? Disabilities, despairs, heartbreaks, hurts that made you think, I can't go that way. They're not your truth anymore. They're not. You sit there and you look at it and say, okay, I've learned these lessons. And it can be very hard lessons that had to be learned. For a lot of you Capricorns, it is. I've learned these lessons. I understand this truth. But now I am moving forward. And your practicality is going to want to get in your way, Capricorn. You're going to sit there and say, well, it's not how everybody else does it. Or you're going to sit there and say, why am I being such a dreamer? you're not being a dreamer. You see things differently. And to dream and to put action to that dream is being a manifester. And that is what you're doing. You're manifesting the world that is desired. You're looking at things and you're realizing what Einstein said. Imagination is more important than knowledge. Knowledge is limited, whereas imagination is endless. So you need the practicality to back things up, yes. And you can't do something, well, you could, but you won't be doing something foolish. But you are going to see that it is the ability to dream it and then make that dream a reality that is going to be one of your greatest tools for this time. And it leads you to hard work with yourself. It leads you to putting things together, to figuring things out, and to seeing prosperity come forward. The prosperity is here. It's not you. I don't want to say it's not you being a team player, because you work well with others, you do. But especially during this time with the world, where we're seeing more doors kind of closed than open, not this free flow of movement, of course. So here with the Three of Pentacles, you're seeing a prosperity, you're seeing an understanding that really comes through your work, that really comes through your actions, your desires, and the way that you line things up. And it leads you to the Hierophant. Now the Hierophant is a Taurus energy, and the Hierophant is being true to yourself. Now in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, the Hierophant is represented by the Pope. And the Pope in medieval times was the King of Kings. The Pope could tell kings what to do. And so here it is the truth of truths. And for you, it is not sitting there and letting authorities in your world dictate the way that you move forward. It is saying, this is my life, this is my power, and this is my truth, and I will be moving forward in it. I will be, guided by it. And as you do this, you embrace you more and more. You see where you stand, you see what you stand for, you see what you desire, you see what you need. Doors start to open because you are being astoundingly true to yourself. Your heart is saying, do not go against me. Do not go against me, because when you do, you go against a very large and very powerful source of energy within yourself. Move forward. Do not be a bull in a china shop, of course. Move forward with grace and with elegance, with knowledge and with understanding. Because as you do so, you will see yourself illuminated by knowledge. You will see yourself defending your reason for being, your passion, your determination, your desire, your hopes, your dreams. And you will see yourself moving towards these goals and moving in this power. You're going to see yourself, not being held back and not holding yourself back. It's almost as if there is something internally that gives you permission to open up doors that once felt locked to you, to move forward. Okay, here you have two knights coming together, the mind and your passion, your career, the inspiration of your existence. Now, this doesn't have to be your career. Your career or your job could be simply to pay the bills, right? And we've all been there. We all have, jobs that pay the bills, and then we have something on the side. For those of us who the job is not our heart's passion. Something on the side that speaks to your heart, that speaks to your soul, that speaks to yourself. You need that, Capricorn. You need that. And you need not to say, that's a time waster. I'm not good at that yet. I'm never going to be as good as I want to be. It's foolish. No, you need something that lets your heart shine, because it is going to be what moves you forward in passion, determination, and dedication. It is going to be what has you, looking at the world and being like, I can do this, because it feeds your soul. It feeds your heart. It feeds yourself. And it lets you see the world differently instead of being trapped, because a lot of people do feel trapped in the same old, in this humdrum that never, ever ends. It's looking at things differently. And you're going to think, oh my gosh, I'm looking at it differently. I don't see things like everybody else. This is bad. No, this is good. This is good because you bring something unique to the table. This is good because you have insights and understandings that others do not have. You don't want to change the way you see things, right? You just don't. You might want to kind of tweak it a little bit so it can be more in the box of convention, or you can just let yourself fly free. However, your soul says that you need to do it. But what you're seeing here is the world opens up. And as the world opens up, you don't see things the same way. You just don't. It's also moving past the hurts, the pains, and the disappointments that have defined your world, okay? That have defined you. And as you do so, you start to see yourself differently. And it can also be that you're seeing situations differently. Other people may be very doom and gloom, but you're seeing things in a more inspirational, more powerful, more purposeful light. And as you see things differently, you start to see yourself differently. And you start to see the way that you emotionally and internally handle things differently, more powerfully, more succinctly, more justly. And it leads you to the Six of Fire, the Six of Wands. And the Six of Wands says, celebrate yourself. The Six of Wands says, know your worth. The Six of Wands is like having a really good boss, right? When you have a really good boss, you want to work harder. You want to work harder. You want to give more. When you have a really bad boss, the boss that always sits there and points out everything that you do wrong and humiliates you and yells at you, you don't even want to go into work. And it's asking you here, what type of boss are you? How are you treating yourself? Because you want to be the person that you go to bat for. You want to be the person that inspires and emboldens. And as you embrace that and as you start celebrating yourself, okay, because you're seeing things differently and you're seeing yourself defend and move forward and be passionate, you're going to find that words start coming to you. You're going to find that ideas start coming to you. You're going to find that your mind is a fantastic source and a fantastic resource of inspiration, power, dedication, and prosperity. The King of Swords is a warrior king. So you're really taking nobody's bull during this time. You're cutting through doubts and fears. You're knowing where you stand, what you stand for. And with the King of Swords, you're also going to see here that you spread your wings, that you let yourself, move on the currents of inspiration. It's kind of like, have you ever watched a bird fly, right? And they glide with the wind. And that's what you're doing here. You're gliding with the inspiration that is around you, with the energy that is propelling you. And you're going to find that you take really cool twists and turns along the way. You're also going to find that there is somebody that you start to talk to or you get inspiration from that starts opening up doors, that sits there and has you seeing things in a different light. And as you see things in a different light, you're more willing and you're more determined to fight for yourself. You're more determined to move forward in the path that you might have started giving up on. You might have said, this will never happen. I will never get there. And you're going to have to nip that in the bud because you are getting there. We all have a time frame. And we think when we haven't met that time frame, that we're never going to get there. And we get very fatalistic with ourselves. And this is knowing that it's not when you get there, it's getting there. That is the biggest part. We put time limits on everything. Divinity does not see time the same way we do. So know that it's not in your time, but it's in divine time. As you move forward, as you have reason to guide you, as you see the doors open, as you see yourself move forward, as you cut through the doubts, the fears, the anger, the despair. And as you do this, the Three of Wands opens up, the Three of Fire, passion and inspiration. You start to see the horizon as bright and glorious instead of looming and threatening. And you start to see yourself moving forward. You start to see yourself opening doors. You start to see yourself, moving towards what you want and what you need and what is desired and what you know to be your truth. And as you do so, you move yourselves towards the passion that inspires you, the passion that ignites your soul and yourself, that really moves you towards this glory and this brilliance. And the Three of Wands is saying here that so the King of Air is powering the ship in the sky, is moving that ship forward. And you're going to see your ideas, your knowledge, the knowledge that comes to you, the things that, the negativity that you fight against, You're going to see yourself guiding you forward in a way that you hadn't anticipated. And then the Three of Fire counts down to the Two of Water. So as you're moving forward with passion and with determination, the Two of Water, the Two of Cups, this is love and beauty. This is the Minor Arcana Lover's card. This is duality of purpose, but this is also a healing, beautiful love. This is a love that embraces you. This is a love that inspires you. This is a healing that goes deep within your soul and says, I can. And as that healing comes, and it comes as you, I like that. You have 21 right here, which is the world. And then you have 12, which is 21, of course, reversed. And so as the world opens to you, it reverses your outlook and it reverses your stance with the Hangman. Instead of erect, you are upside down. And the Ace of Fire. The Ace of Fire is God's source spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, handing you a gift of inspiration, handing you a gift of passion for what lights your soul on fire, for what emboldens you, what embraces you. And as you see your world broaden, as you see these gifts come in, you start to see that there is more to you than you had expected. You start to see that there is greater truth to all that you are doing than you have known. And you're going to start to see yourself moving forward in a very powerful and beautiful way. And you're I'm just seeing a torch, cutting through the darkness. And as the darkness is cut through, you are led, by this flaming arm of power right here, which we have, personal power. You are led by this passion, by this inspiration, by this grace, and by this glory. And as you do so, you're not settling. You're walking away from what you once thought you would love. Now, this isn't, being foolish with your finances, because, money coming in is better than money not. Believe me. And so here, when you're walking away from something you once thought you would love, or you're finding, you just can't be like everybody else. It's just not right for you. You can't go into that herd mold that everybody else goes into and seems to be okay. You have to let yourself shine through differently, powerfully, beautifully, uniquely. And you leave behind what no longer fits. But you might be doing this very slowly. You might know, okay, I'm miserable, absolutely positively miserable. And this has to change. And sometimes it's just our perspective. It's our outlook. It's like, it has to change. And instead of it being hard and overwhelming, it's like, this is a step. This is a step to get me to where I need to be. And this could be my Everest at the time. You might have to climb Everest again later on in your life, but this could be your Everest right now, your mountain, your impossible task. And it becomes possible because you know that you have power over it. You know that you have a way of looking at it, that it can either inspire you or devastate you. And you're turning away, trying to get something to fit that will never fit, has never fit. Maybe it did fit. Maybe it did fit for a little bit. But it doesn't fit anymore. Let's go deeper. Oh, goodness. Show me more deeply for Capricorn. September 2020, money and career. Show me more deeply for Capricorn. September 2020, money and career. Show me more deeply for Capricorn. September 2020, money and career. Angels and spirit guides. Ooh, there we go. Show me deeply. Guide this reading and show me deeply. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Show me deeply. Guide this reading and show me deeply. And this one, which is falling. Okay, these three right here. So you have 2 bonus cards. Awesome. There we go. Okay. Now let's see the people who you are to be mindful of during this time. Capricorn, September 2020, money and career. Who is Capricorn to be mindful of? Capricorn, September 2020, money and career. Who is Capricorn to be mindful of? Who is Capricorn to be mindful of? September 2020, money and career. Who is Capricorn to be mindful of? September 2020, money and career. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. So we start here with the King of Swords. So you have a really powerful King of Swords, a really positive King of Swords, and you have a negative King of Swords. This can be a person who thinks that they're going to think, how do I word this? What Spirit is showing me is that they're going to think of logic more than they're going to think of people. They're going to think because the computer says that this can be done or that can be done, that it should be done exactly this way. and they're not going to take into account the human element, which is going to be astoundingly frustrating for you. It's kind of like, it's kind of like that story of Steve Jobs coming in to the Apple manufacturing place and taking a laptop, or I think it was a laptop, and throwing it into a fish tank and saying there are bubbles, it can be made smaller. And it's just going to be that frustrating. It's like somebody who's just going to come in and demand and not see what you are working on. And that's what the imagery that Spirit is really giving me. This is also somebody who can be way too much in their own heads and have a very hard time actually getting ideas forward, speaking kindly to people, not being so logical and gruff. Once you understand where the person is coming from, Capricorn, it will be easier for you to deal with them because you can be astoundingly logical and down to earth and kind of have that knowledge with them. But this person's just really going to frustrate you because you're going to see them as impossible. Like they want the impossible to become possible, and they just don't care. They don't care. It's kind of like the computer told them that it could be this way, and that is how it's going to be. And then you have Justice, which is a Libra energy. September 23rd to October 22nd is the time frame. And this is somebody who is, this is a person either too caught up with everything being so absolutely fair that nothing is fair anymore. All right? And this is also a person who is always kind of covering their own tush. They really are. It's kind of like they want things to be just, but it's not that they actually are just people. They just want to have the appearance of justice. Okay? So that is going to be a person or a way of being that's just very, very odd. And then we have Cernunnos. Now this is, of course, you, Capricorn. This is the Devil card in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, December 22nd to January 19th. It's, of course, the time frame. And this is somebody who you're initially going to think, oh, wow, we really get on. You get me, you understand me, but they don't. They don't. They have their own agenda. They are more moving towards the chaos form of Capricorn, where, the Devil card tells us to be very mindful of our addictions. Now, it could be alcohol, drugs, or gambling. It can also be addicted to people-pleasing, addicted to swallowing your words, addicted to anxiety and, leaving things for the last minute and then trying to work through everything. Procrastination there, that's the word. So it can be a myriad of addictions, a myriad of things that keep us from living our best life. And you might find that you trust this person and you think, oh, wow, we really understand each other. But they wind up bringing out really negative sides of you. They do. And they don't care as long as they're getting the results that they want, or as long as they're moving forward the way that they want to. That's really all they're going to be concerned about. Very selfish people here is what I'm seeing in the negativity that you need to be mindful of. They're not going to know, though, that they're being selfish, which is going to be frustrating. So we have the 9 of Pentacles, which is absolutely gorgeous, the 2 of Cups, and the 9 of Cups. So you have the repeat of the number 9. You're coming very close to completion of a cycle. A lot of prosperity, a lot of bounty. The Ace of Materials, the Ace of Pentacles, God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe handing you a gift. The 7 of Inspiration, the 7 of Wands, knowing the battles to fight that keep you from the darkness and that keep you inspired. The 6 of Materials, you have the 6 of Pentacles, things needing to be balanced, needing to be fair, needing to have this harmony to them. It leads you then to the High Priestess. You're seeing behind the veil of people. The Ace of Inspiration, the Ace of Wands, okay, and you have the Ace of Wands right here. There is a gift being handed to you in the public arena to move you forward and to progress your career in a way that really is quite inspiring to you, or progress what you love to do, what gives you passion and joy and brilliance to move you forward. And then the 4 of Voice, the 4 of Swords, giving yourself respect for all the hardships, all the pain, all the disappointment that you have been through the battle that is this world. This leads you to the 5 of Voice, okay? The 5 of Swords, it's karmic. It really is karmic. And the 2 of Voice. So here, it's It's knowing that you're going to have to face something that you faced before. And you're not going to be thrilled about it. Nobody is thrilled about the Five of Swords. But it's standing your ground and knowing your truth. Now, I know that people sit there and say, the Five of Swords is not being a team player. It's bad sportsmanship. But in medieval times, you would not give your enemy back their sword. You would take everything. In medieval times, you would take their life. And that's just it. They didn't play around, and they played for keeps. And there was a cruelty and also a zealousness to that time that is very hard to understand. So here, there is this power, and there is this sense of being aware and being emboldened by your own power, by your own truth, and by being able to stand up for yourself. And as you do so, you break a chain. You break chains that have kept you from success. And the two paths that you saw as being open to you, they start to expand. It's not just these two ways. You're not too keen on either one of them. It's more ways opening up. It's more passion, more desire, more beauty coming into your world. And that's what leads you here in your inner self to really being open to a windfall of success, to really being open to the prosperity, the beauty, the bounty of your life, your existence, and your power. It leads you to love, it leads you to harmony, it leads you to emotional bounty, it leads you to a healing that lets you shine with the light of triumph. The Nine of Cups is wishes being granted, it's power moving you forward. This is going to be so much easier for other people to see within you than it is for you to see within yourself. And as you open yourself up to what you love, to what you desire, to, being success, and just being success, you're going to find that you start to be radiant and you start to have things kind of going your way. And that's going to be really lovely. Divinity blesses you. Divinity blesses you with a gift made just for you. Right? You're an earth sign energy. This is the Ace of Materials. This is the Ace of Pentacles. And so here, this is a gift that really encompasses everything that you want from life. Prosperity, bounty, a grounding, and a emboldening of self. And it is moving you forward. And as you are emboldened, and as you see this blessing come, and as you feel it being a part of you, it permeates every single aspect of your life. Now, I don't have you taking it quite yet. It is saying that you are moving towards this gift. You could be taking it in your subconscious message, and we'll have to see at the end. But you have these two gifts, and these gifts are of this arena. It is of prosperity, wealth, or something you value as much as money, and passion, creativity, career, jobs, the reason for getting out of bed in the morning. And you have this gift, the gift of the Ace of Wands, coming through in the public arena. And this gift of prosperity comes to your heart. So it's something that is immensely important to you. It's something that is immensely valuable to you. And you're going to know as it comes in, you're going to see where to fight and where not to fight. How to move forward and, when to stand your ground and know your truth. And when to say, their opinion doesn't matter. I'm not fighting that battle because I'll never be finished fighting and they'll never see me. They'll never understand me. And why is it worth my time? Why would I do this to myself? What is it? I believe it's Dr. Seuss who said, those who matter don't mind, and those who mind don't matter. And that's what you're seeing with the Seven of Wands. It's not rolling over and playing dead at all, but it's seeing yourself shine with light and with blessings and with beauty, and knowing that you're walking in that prosperity and in that truth. And as you do so, you're saying that you need things to be balanced. You need things to be just. And as you need things to be just, with the blessings that come in, with the prosperity that comes forward, you're also finding that you're not overextending yourself. You're not, you're not sitting there with everybody having their hand out, and you're giving and giving and giving until there's absolutely nothing left for you to give. You're saying, you know what? There needs to be a give and a take. There needs to be a symbiotic relationship when it comes to your prosperity, when it comes to your bounty, and when it comes to what you value as much as money. This can be at work, where you might find that people are putting more and more on your desk, more and more on your shoulders, and saying, this is what you have to do. And you're not getting paid more for it. They're just piling on more. and you're going to have to put your foot down or, find a way to distribute things. This can also be that more and more is being put on your shoulders and you're just kind of bearing it in life in general. And you're going to have to say no. There is going to be a time here, Capricorn, where you put down your foot and you draw the line. The High Priestess. In the public arena, you see things more clearly. This can be a very disconcerting card because the High Priestess has the veil being lifted from your eyes. You're seeing behind the masks that people wear, and you're not as enchanted with them as you once were. And why I laugh is because we tend to think, and this is just such a true card, because we tend to think everybody's life is better than ours. And okay, you might say, oh, I don't think that, but more times than not, we think everybody else has it figured out, and we're the ones stumbling in the dark. The High Priestess shows us that other people stumble too, and that there is a wisdom and there is a beauty to life, and that we get knowledge and we move forward, but we move forward in riddles and rhymes, and we try to make the truth out of it. We try to guide ourselves as best as we can. But as we are looking at things, you're going to find during this time that you don't think everybody else has the answer but you. You're going to see the intrinsic value in yourself. And you're going to see who you should trust and who you shouldn't, what you desire and what you don't. It can make you pull back a bunch from people that you're working with, the way that you're moving forward. You're being much more introspective. You're being much more discerning with things. And as this inspiration comes in, as this feminine power guides you, you see that everything has an ebb and a flow to it. You have this gift of inspiration coming forward. You have this light, this understanding. And it lets you see that everything that you have been through has shaped you. It has honed you. And you need to honor the battles that you have been through. The hurts, the pains, the disappointments, the heartbreaks, the despairs. Give yourself credence for everything that you have fought for and how far you have come. The walking away, the moving forward. It has been a karmic lesson. And this is not apologizing for needing something different, for wanting something more, for standing up for yourself, and breaking a pattern. Because it's going to be a pattern. If it was easy to break, it wouldn't be a karmic lesson. If it was easy to move forward, it wouldn't be something that has to be shattered, because I'm just seeing chains shattered so that you can move forward to new roads and new opportunities and new options. And with the 5 of voice, you are finding your voice and you are finding your freedom, right? And as you find your voice and you embrace your freedom, you embrace a path you didn't think you could walk or you didn't think was open to you. And you find yourself in an arena where you thought you were very weak and you thought, I'm just never going to get anywhere. You start seeing yourself becoming successful. You start seeing yourself moving forward in a way that has you embracing your talents and your skills because you've ended a cycle. Now, this is something where it could be standing up for yourself. It could be that you let people walk all over you because you're doing your job, you need the job, you need to move forward this way, or you might have been told, you're not worth that much. Somebody might have spoken that over you when you were very little, and you took it to heart. You're like, oh yeah, I should just be thankful. Instead of standing up for yourself and saying, you know what, I am changing my mind, my mindset. And this doesn't mean that you have to go up against anybody. This could be going up against you and saying, I was always told just to be thankful for the bare minimum of respect in this world, the bare minimum of, appreciation. I was always told, just to scrape by, but I'm not scraping by anymore. I am elevating myself. I am looking at myself with honor and respect and dignity and pride. And others will start to look on you the same way. And roads you never thought could open to you start to become open to your mind. You can start to see yourself walking down them. Your subconscious spirit animal message. Let's see. Capricorn. September 2020, money and career. Capricorn. September 2020, money and career. Capricorn. September 2020, money and career. Capricorn. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Fantastic. These three. So you have here the flamingo spirit. Embrace the in-between. The in-between is going to be kind of where you live. It's kind of like here with the high priestess. I always think of the Oracle of Delphi. The Oracle of Delphi, she was in this cave in Greece, and she would breathe in these fumes, and she would have these, people call them now hallucinations, but in the ancient world, they were called prophecies. And people would travel from all around the ancient world to hear her prophecies. She lived in the in-between, and neither the light nor the dark. And she spoke in riddles. So, in the in-between of comprehension. And that is where you're going to be. That is where a lot of your inspiration is going to come from. It's going to come from ideas and, a way with words and understanding that seems to be outside the realm of everybody else. Be very mindful also of the energy that you are letting in. It shines through. Because remember, flamingos are white birds, but they become pink because of the food that they eat. Embrace the in-between. Embrace not having to be absolutely certain about things, Capricorn, which is going to be a little bit difficult for you. And let's see. Let yourself see the way this adventure unfolds. Let yourself see the way you are guided forward. Because you have here the wombat spirit. Be at home. Be at home within yourself. Be at home within your soul. Be at home with the adventure that you are on. And the badger spirit. Be fearless and be bold. Because as you move forward in a fearless boldness, in this fearlessness, in this determination, in this, dedication that really sets you apart. Your subconscious spirit animal message is the frog spirit. Clear out the clutter. Clear out the clutter for what is holding you back. It can be real clutter. It can be mental clutter. Clear it out. See yourself moving forward. Your subconscious people message is the Queen of Wands. Fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Passion. This is determination. This is not being afraid to roll up your sleeves. You have the Queen of Wands now in 2 decks coming forward. And this is being passionate. This is being determined. This is being a behind-the-scenes type of person. This is, looking at the bigger picture and seeing where you want to be and how you need to be. Your subconscious chakra message is forgiveness, the heart chakra. It's a forgiveness of self. It's a forgiveness of others. But it's forgiving yourself subconsciously, forgiving yourself for not being able to do the impossible, for letting things fall through the cracks, forgiving yourself for what you feel you need to be forgiven for. And that can be the hardest thing and one of the greatest things that keeps us from success, our own subconscious self, thinking that we are not worthy of it. It's a forgiveness, and it is a freedom. This leads you to your subconscious tarot message, which is the High Priestess. And now you have the High Priestess coming through in the deeper part of this reading, in the diving deeper, and now in the subconscious of the main reading. The veil is lifted from your eyes. You see things clearly, and things come to you, not as spelt out as nicely as we would want them to be, blunt and straightforward, but with a bit of mystery and a bit of deciphering needed. Let yourself move forward. Let yourself see things through these eyes that might be hard to understand at times, but these eyes that let us see behind the masks of people and behind the lies of this world. And to go deeper, your subconscious message is the Eight of Emotions. Once again, you have the Eight of Cups here in the subconscious, and you have the Eight of Cups in the main part of this reading. It's walking away from what you once thought you would love, because it's no longer right, and there's nothing wrong with that. All right, Capricorn. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we claim our dreams, as we break the chains that have held us back, and as we walk forward in a direction that might be absolutely surprising to us, but also absolutely necessary. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May move forward in peace and harmony, Capricorn.